Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and as you can read on the title, today I'm going to be talking about my experience with COVID-19. So I want to talk about, how it affected my health, my life. If you saw my previous video about the topic, I'll leave it here anyway, just in case you haven't. I got it at home, I didn't go out. It was someone from my family who got it, and that's how I got it too. I spent like a week with a lot of fever, a lot of headache. I couldn't taste or smell at all. So as I was saying, I was like 1 week feeling very, very sick, and then another week feeling I could already like do stuff and try to be a little bit productive at last, but I still was feeling very, very tired all the time. I slept a lot those days. I don't really sleep well. I usually sleep only a few hours, and that week I slept more than ever. Like, I remember going to sleep very early and waking up as always early. But yeah, every day I would get like 10 hours of sleep or maybe 8. But yeah, my symptoms were those. I was feeling sleepy and tired all the time. I had a lot of fever, I had a lot of headache, couldn't eat, couldn't smell. I mean, I ate, but it was so tasteless, and I really have a hard time eating things that I'm not enjoying. I just can't, so I really had a hard time. I lost a little bit of weight too. What else? The cough. Oh my goodness. To this day, and like a month or so has passed, I already have cough. The doctor told me that's normal, but I can't believe that I'm still like this. Anyways, I've talked to a friend, which is the only other person that I know that has had COVID, and he told me that he had trouble with his lungs for a few months. So yeah, no wonder it is a respiratory disease. I was trying to work anyways because at first I wasn't feeling so bad. And I have always worked with a lot of fever and a lot of everything. Like, I had the pills that I needed or whatever, and I'd continue just doing my stuff, even though I was feeling a little bit bad. But in this case, I religiously had the pills that I had to have and the time that I had to have them, and still I was feeling like shit. I was feeling really bad. I could barely get out of bed, trying to rest, and the moments that I felt better, just try to do something because I just couldn't. And actually, one thing that I did when I just started feeling really, really bad and really couldn't do much was to watch finally Shingeki no Kyojin, and I'm very happy. I'm actually starting the manga today because I'm afraid of spoilers, and that was the best of my quarantine because I was feeling so sick, I was feeling terrible, and a lot of things were happening. So in terms of physical health, as I've said, it was I don't know, just my health went downhill. I'm always pretty tired because I have anemia, and I'm never really also the most cheerful and energetic person. So having this was just what I needed to finally feel like I can't do absolutely anything. But it wasn't actually what affected me the most, because before the beginning of the month, March, I had made like a plan for the month to finish resting from my previous exams and start studying, because I knew that I needed to start studying as early as possible. I also had to be able to do other projects, so I just planned all of that, and then I found myself being unable to do any of that. That meant that I started feeling helpless. Like, I knew that the disease would pass. I knew that my life wasn't in danger, that I would only feel bad for a few days or weeks, and then I'd be fine again. But at the same time, I just knew that I was going to lose a lot of time, that I'll probably have to take some time to recover. Also, when I started feeling better, I got my period, so that it contributed in a very negative way to my health. Having been for more than a week, like 10 days or so, feeling like shit and starting to feel a little bit better and getting my period was catastrophic. Like, I can swear that I was feeling the worst. So honestly, to have Shingeki no Kyojin for a bunch of days, like I think that I watched it in like 4 or 5 days, including OVAs, and then I continued watching it just as the episodes were released. I don't know, I'm just very grateful They help me a lot to distract myself from my life and also live in a world that's just so amazing. Like, honestly, it's one of the best stories I've ever seen. I watch anime, but not so many. Like, I know there's people who watch every anime that's ever released, and I'm not like that. I just watch anime from time to time. I also enjoy watching Korean dramas or other kinds of TV series, but this one is one of the best ones, I'd say, and I'm very, very happy that I could enjoy it. The music has helped me also a lot. I listen to it from time to time and I really, really like it. And I don't know, I'm just very grateful for that, and also for the fact that I started journaling. I had been wanting to do it for a long, long time, and I just never did because I didn't have the time or I didn't find the time to do so. And I finally did it because actually, I haven't told this, but I didn't want to talk about this with anyone because I always bragged about the fact that I don't ever go out of home, I will never get it, I will never be a danger to anyone who comes close to me. If we ever meet, you will be safe with me. I don't go out, and if I ever do, I'm extremely careful. So, the fact that I got the virus in my own house. I don't know, I was feeling too trashy to talk about it with anyone because I would feel even worse, and I just wanted to, let it pass and afterwards tell people like, hey, I passed COVID. Something like that. I survived COVID. Now I'm kind of immune, or at least I have, the antibodies. I don't know how they call it in English. And while I was evading talking to anyone about how I felt and what I was going through, just doing the little stuff that I could do, someone in my family passed away. It was something that we were kind of expecting, but at the same time we weren't. It wasn't because of COVID, but the fact that it had to happen right in the middle of our COVID struggle was like, we can't even go to the funeral, we can't even meet our family whom we haven't seen in like more than a year. I don't know, it was so shocking. Actually, for me, it is like it never happened. It's kind of weird. I still have to, go to her house and see she's not there, meet with the whole family and see she's not there, and those kinds of things that we still can't do. And also, the previous months of my life had been terrible, like in January, February, and March, of course, too. I literally felt like I was going crazy, and I felt it before because I'm too anxious and I'm overthinking too much. I just feel like, okay, this is where I lose my head. My experience with COVID wasn't the worst health-wise, or at least not physical health-wise, but it came at a point where I was so burnt out. I'm not very well. My mom even had to go to the hospital for a few days. In my case, it wasn't that hard, but still it meant the breaking point of everything. Also, a deterioration in my health, especially mental health, I'd say. This is where I think that if I could get it this way, literally everyone can get it. Please be cautious, be careful, and see you on my next one if you are any interested. Bye.